everyone! Welcome to the Brook Trout Homestead. Today we're going to harvest potatoes. Hey guys! So we planted these potatoes probably the second week of March. It was a little later because here in Texas we had the big freeze. So I was not planting the potatoes at that time. The way I ended up planting them was I left some potatoes under our sink in a paper bag. I forgot about them. Their eyes grew about this long. I am not lying. All of them had these huge eyes. I was contemplating on going ahead and just planting them, but I ended up doing it just to see what would happen. What I did was I went ahead and made just maybe 6 inches of a hole. I put the potato in and I let the eyes kind of lay in the hole. I covered them up and this is what we got. I also planted some in a more shady area just because when you're gardening you like to experiment. So we experimented and I wanted to see how it went. Today we're going to harvest them. What you're kind of looking for, we've never actually planted potatoes before except this season, but with all the research we've done, what you're looking for is some good foliage, flowers. Right here, this is where you would find the flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture of that up. The flowers would be growing on this little stem that shoots out of the potato stem. And once you see those, that's telling you that you have tubers. You have potatoes growing. You could harvest them anytime it's flowered, but they're gonna be smaller. They're gonna be what you call new potatoes. And new potatoes just means that they're new potatoes. They're smaller, they're fresh, and they won't store as long. So what the recommended time is, once it flowers, wait until about 3 to 4 weeks and then harvest them. I also know a lot of people who wait until the plant is completely dead to harvest. I've seen videos for it and I've seen videos against it. What I'm going to tell you is just personal preference. Just go with what you're feeling. I'm excited. I want to get the potatoes out of the ground and I want to grow more things there. So we're going to go ahead and harvest 3 weeks after it flowered. And we're going to see what we got. This is all experimental. Come with us and just watch what we get. I'm excited. I have my bucket ready, so let's go. What you see here is a bunch of branches coming from one area. So I'm going to assume that this is one potato plant. As you can see, I hilled it with some bedding that we had from our rabbits and our chickens. I didn't have soil at the time. I heard this is an okay method, so that's what we did. That's what we had. What I'm gonna do is take out some of this. I didn't even know if these potatoes were the type to hill, so I did it anyway. I don't see any potatoes in the hilling hay, so the goal really was just to make sure that our potatoes didn't get the sun. Look at all these worms. Hold on, let's zoom in on these worms real quick. Look at that. That means happy worms, happy soil. And as you can see here, we also intercropped the garlic with the potatoes. We did that to fight off pests and we had space. So it worked. We haven't had any potato beetles or anything. Praise the Lord. I'm just gonna throw this bedding right on our mulch. Now I'm gonna be very gentle as I get lower. I don't wanna ruin any of our potatoes. So I'm gonna take one big pool and see what we have in here. Here's a good one. I have my handy dandy bucket. Looks like some of these could have waited a little longer. But you know what? It's our first time. Look at this. Nice. So I'm gonna take all this out. I don't want to waste my soil. I'll throw this on the ground. Another good one. Look at this grub. Perfect for my chickens. Go ahead and throw these at your chickens. They'll love you forever. So I don't see much of anything else in that one. Oop, I scratched one. Oh no, but it's okay. We'll just eat this one for dinner. So many worms, guys. Let me go ahead and pull this. Oh. Here's some garlic. So funny. Okay, next potato plant. This is a lot of work, guys. Wow, look at this. What? I'll go ahead and put this bucket right here. Hopefully you can see it. We completely forgot about this section. So the one behind me was the full shade. We just picked our potatoes from there. We didn't get as many as we wanted, but you know what? It was not full sun. We did get some potatoes, but we didn't get a lot. So full shade is a no-go. In our barrel, we got great big ones. But again, we didn't get as many as we thought, but that's all right. I'm super happy with what we have. Right here is our kind of mid, like we get some shade and we get some sun. So I'm super excited to dig these up and see what we get. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so here we are. When we decided to grow potatoes this year, like I told you, it was potatoes that were forgotten. It was about, I want to say 4 weeks late, actually. Now that I think about it, about 4 weeks. And we didn't know what we'd get. We did some potatoes in the barrel. We did some in full shade. We just started, honestly, I just started burying random potatoes places just to see if we'd get anything. I am so happy with what we've gotten. This right here, I will probably be storing some. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to get probably a pot or a tote, lay some hay, put a layer of potatoes, lay some hay again, put a layer of potatoes and lay some hay again. And then I'll keep it in the shed and let it sit until I need them. When we do this, we don't want any sun hitting our potatoes. This is what's gonna store them well. The small ones and the ones that I nicked, we're gonna end up probably cutting and freezing them or just using them soon, probably within the next 2 weeks, because they're not going to store well because they're nicked and they're smaller. A lot of these are new potatoes, which they were just still growing. I could have waited a few more weeks for the smaller ones to get bigger, but you know what? I'm impatient. I'm a gardener. I was excited. I'm gonna plant some okra where the potatoes were, so we just did it. And look, check out our garlic harvest. And 2 onions. I didn't even realize I planted onions. I intercropped our potatoes with the onions and garlic to deter the pests, and it worked great. It worked wonderfully. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy those huge worms that we found. How awesome was that? I was really tempted to put them in our worm bin, but I just let them do their thing. They're happy. I'm going to leave them in the garden. They're going to do the work, and I'm excited about that too. God bless you guys, and I'm so glad you got to dig up potatoes with us.